So first, hi everybody, I'm Mighty and thank you for joining me. Second, I am putting a warning in this video. This video is about sensitive topics. I'm also warning you I may get upset, I may start crying, I may rant. I was going to write out what I wanted to say, but a friend of mine told me that it's probably best if I do rant, that this is the kind of topic that you would that rambling and ranting is okay and that being upset about it's okay, because I am super upset about it. If you have had any assault in your life, sexually or otherwise, this video may be a trigger for you, and I just want to warn you ahead of time because it is a very sensitive video, but I feel the necessity to make it because of a live stream I did on Twitch recently with my baby sister and my wife. We went and we made a video about some stuff that we got at the Asian market because we're weird and we like food. And it got very inappropriate very quickly. This is also going to be a kind of long video because I'm going to be talking about something really sensitive and I'm going to ramble. Also, I have a very bad habit of stuttering and messing up, so there's that. I'll try to cut out as much of me getting upset or of me rambling or messing up as I can, but it's gonna happen. So, you've been warned. I'm not going to let anyone see this, get triggered and upset and traumatized. And I'm sorry if, this does upset you, but it's a very important topic for me. It has affected my life greatly, and I really feel the need to talk about it because it's just important to me. So, here we go. Okay, so first off, I live streamed with my wife and my baby sister, who just turned 13 on November 9th. It was her birthday. So happy for her. I'm glad she, had so much fun. She had a narwhal themed birthday, which is like the weirdest and coolest birthday ever. But for her 13th birthday, she was kind of sick, but I decided to take her out and do stuff with her anyway. And so we went to the Asian market and we got her so many things. She's obsessed with soy milk, so we got her a giant case of soy milk. She was so happy. We wrapped it in a hollow wrapping paper because she's obsessed with Christine from Simply Nailogical. She absolutely adores Christine. So her entire present was hollow. Her box was wrapped in hollow. Her bow was hollow. Anyway, so we spent her birthday, at the Asian market. We got food and stuff, and we're like, hey, let's go on Twitch, because she wanted to do a video with us. And I'm like, that sounds perfectly fine with me. Only like 2 people watch us anyway, but, it'll be fun. We can do it together. On my channel, nothing really happened other than like one person, but my wife, Angel, decided that she was going to also stream using her phone so that way she could, because she hasn't gotten a chance to stream using her phone or anything. And then right after that, she did a gaming stream, I think mostly to calm herself down because she was pretty upset. My wife is pretty protective of my sister because that is our little sister, basically. And, she's the baby out of the family, so we're very protective. And I'm going to show clips from the actual video on Twitch of us getting protective. And I want to warn you that I got really, sorry, I got really upset and I felt bad because some of my friends joined the stream right as I started getting really upset. And so they got to see me yelling at some very awful people. It was about 3 people, I want to say, that started commenting. First, they started out with insulting me and my wife. We both understand that we are heavy-set people. My wife is diabetic. She lost almost 100 pounds last year, I want to say it was last year. because of her diabetes. Before she was diagnosed, she was very sick. She lost all of her muscle mass, and she lost 100 pounds, and she did not look good. She didn't feel good. She was always sleeping. She was always sick. She couldn't do anything. She had to quit her job at the security company that we work at, and started working at a different job just because she couldn't handle it anymore. Which now we both work for the same security company. We both got back to that because she got diagnosed with her diabetes and started taking medicine, which sometimes it helps and sometimes it doesn't. But I don't know if anyone knows this, but when you have diabetes and the medicines that they give you, sometimes it causes you to put on weight. And my wife exercises more than anyone I know. So when people attack her for her weight, it pisses me off because my wife tries. She's a security officer and she is on patrol and she's constantly walking and running and climbing staircases. Her entire job involves, getting up and doing stuff. So it really upsets me when people make fun of her because she has a little extra weight. I'm like, me too. I do too. And people make fun of me. It doesn't bother me when people pick at me about my weight because the only person I need to impress is my wife. And I already married her, so she already thinks I look good. So that was a thing too. I didn't mean to get on a rant about that, but I'm going to. I will be all over the place and I apologize. But there was that. These 3 people were attacking us because we're overweight and because we were eating food in the stream. So, they're basically like, oh yeah, you're asking for it. But, we love trying new things. And so we tried a bunch of new things. And oh my God, those things were great, except for one thing. And I hate the thing that my wife likes. She likes those squid snacks, and I hate them. They're disgusting, but she loves them. But we tried these candies, and they have matcha panda bear treats, and I love those. Those were pretty great. But these guys, we were annoyed that they were insulting us, but it doesn't really matter to us as much. It mattered when one of them said something, and at first I didn't understand, and I'll show you a clip of me not understanding.
I don't know if I want to read all
that. I think that was a compliment.
Okay.
I think. Person who is making fun of her, fuck off. Person who I think is complimenting, thank you. But at first I didn't get it. And then I realized after that, because he said something, I said, listen, she's 13. He was basically sitting there saying that, my sister was super sexy and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, she's 13 years old. And I don't care if this guy was joking or his other 2 friends were joking or not. It's inappropriate. They made a joke about pedophilia, about how it was okay to start, messing with her, and they're like, oh, I'll wait, and just all of this really awful stuff. And my sister got to the point she was so uncomfortable, she left the frame of, my camera, so that way she would no longer be in the stream because she got so uncomfortable. Did you get out of the frame on purpose?
Yes.
You're like, I'm done with the creepers. And it really, really upset me. I was doing the stream for her birthday. It was supposed to be her present. And she had to leave her own stream because of a few people who think that joking about pedophilia and sexual assault is okay. It's not okay to joke about things like that, and it's not okay to mess with a 13-year-old girl. She didn't do anything to you, she didn't provoke you, and she didn't ask for you to treat her like an object. She's 13 years old, and granted, my little sister is absolutely beautiful. I tell her that all the time. She has no self-confidence sometimes, and I just want her to know how beautiful she is, but I do it in a way that isn't creepy or mean or gross. I tell her she's beautiful all the time because I'm her big sister and I love her. I don't treat her like a sexual object or anything like that. I'm gonna cuss a lot, I'm sorry. I was trying to cuss less in my streams and on my videos, but it's just gonna happen, I'm sorry. It fucking pissed me off because I see my sister being treated like an object just because she's exceptionally beautiful. She's very tall. She's very, like, she has the most beautiful hair. She has the long blonde hair, and she's just a very, she got all the best features of my family. And I am so proud of her for trying so hard to be a good person. And it pisses me off that people treat her like some object. And I see boys talk to her, and I see older men talk to her in inappropriate ways, and it pisses me off. And the way that these people were talking to her, I was pissed. Lydia was very pissed. Well, Angel, sorry, I sometimes say her real name, but Angel was super pissed. She was sitting there and she was trying to deflect them as much as possible, and I was trying to too, but when I get mad, I start shaking and I just want to smash things, and I'm not eloquent when I'm angry. Like, if you haven't noticed in this video, I keep fucking up or repeating myself. It's because when I get angry, I repeat myself. I say the same thing over and over, or I get flustered and I mess up what I'm saying, and it's not okay. Not even to joke about it. It's not okay to even fucking joke about it. Pedophilia and sexual assault is not something you joke about. I don't even care if you fucking were trying to be funny, or you were trying to be cute, or you were trying to, compliment her, quote unquote. It's not a compliment. It made her extremely uncomfortable, and it pissed me off. This next part is going to be hard for me, and I'm going to say it. I don't want to say it, but I feel like it's necessary, and I spoke to a friend of mine who said that if I feel like I am comfortable enough to talk about it, that I should. That it would probably, it's hard for me to say this. It's hard for me to even make this video. This is probably going to be the hardest video I ever do. And I only have 14 subscribers, and I know that, no one's going to see this video, but this is still going to be the hardest video I'm ever going to do, because I have to... My dad sexually assaulted me when I was a kid. And I'm not saying... I'm not... It was from when I was so little that I was in kindergarten. And from the age of just, when you're in kindergarten and you're that little and you're introduced to that and you don't know what to do, because in your eyes, your parents are gods, that they're everything to you. So you don't know what to do. And it just upsets me that people don't understand that when you hurt a child in that way, they don't heal from that. Ever. When someone is sexually assaulted, they don't heal from that. It doesn't just go away. That is, that, they're scarred for life. It doesn't just fucking go away. And my father's assault on me didn't stop until I was in high school. And the only reason it stopped is because I got him arrested. I finally snapped because he was screaming at my mom and I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take the fact that he was assaulting me and he was hurting my mom, and that my dad was a fucking awful person. When my mother's mom died, my dad made my mom cry on the way to the funeral. He was an asshole to her, and he didn't even stay for the funeral. He fucking left. And my mom and I rode back home together, and my mom confided in me that she was assaulted when she was a kid, and she was upset because the guy who attacked her got invited to my grandma's wake. And he was there, and he got kicked out pretty fast because my uncle was not having it. But she confided in me and she said, "You would tell me, right?" And I lied to my mom because I was scared that she would be mad at me. And that's a lot of things that people who have dealt with sexual assault is they're scared that if they tell people that they'll be mad or that they'll judge them or that, they'll look at them differently. And honestly, some people do. They really do. A lot of my family thought I was lying. And I think that really hurt. Like, the most a part of that whole situation is that people thought I was lying. No one, that, you don't joke about that. And, like, another thing that hurt was seeing my mom shatter into a million pieces. That's just the hardest thing, is to see your mother just break inside because the man she was married to for 17 years, I think it was 16 or 17 years, just that she didn't know who he really was, and she felt guilty that she wasn't able to protect me. Just don't. Sexual assault is not a joke, and if you guys ever need someone to talk to about that, I understand, because that's not. You're not alone, and I understand how you feel because I was there. And I would like to say that my father was the only one that did that to me, but it's not true. Because people are shitty. They're fucking awful. When someone is abused in that way, it breaks them in a way you can't even. If it doesn't happen to you, you won't fully understand how someone who has had that happen to them breaks. They don't trust anyone. They have a warped sense of reality because in their minds it's their fault. And some people aren't like that. I understand. I'm not saying that everyone's going to be the same in that aspect. But for me, I felt like it was my fault and that, I was hurting my mom every day, even though she didn't know, and I was hurting her, and it made me feel guilty. I felt like if I told my mom, she would hate me. I felt like if I told anyone, they would hate me. They would think I was disgusting. They would think that I was, this disgusting, gross, awful human being who was doing it because I like it and blah, blah, blah. And I just. It's not okay to joke about it. It's not okay to sit there and tell my little sister, "Oh, you're sexy. I'll wait." Blah, blah, blah. It's not okay. And I'm not okay with the fact that someone thought that that was okay. I think the one guy that was the worst was the name on Twitch is Spicy Legs. And if you guys ever have him, message you on Twitch or anything, please feel free to block his ass. Because that's just wrong. And I banned him from my channel. And I banned his little friends. Because it's not okay. And he decided to hop over from Angel's channel to my channel. I was like, absolutely not. And one of my mods blocked him so he couldn't chat on either one of ours. Or he couldn't message on either one of ours. But it's just. I'm sorry, guys. This is really hard for me because I want to make this video so people understand that sexual assault is not funny. Pedophilia is not funny. It's not a joke. Rape is not funny. It's not a joke. And it's not something that you sit there and be like, "Oh, haha." It's not okay. And when people are around you and it's happened to them, they break on the inside. And you don't really understand that when you sit there and you just laugh about it, it actually hurts them very deeply. And some people aren't like that, I get it, whatever. But for me, it is. And like certain things I laugh at too. I'm like, oh yeah, very funny. But others, it's like, that hurts. I know I ranted a lot, but I just. Please understand that I didn't make this video to get pity. I didn't make this video to get views. I didn't make this video for myself. I made this video because I feel like people who have been hurt need someone that understands what they're going through. And I also felt like this video needed to be made because someone out there thinks that it's okay to treat people that way and to joke about hurting someone intentionally. And I can't not be upset about what happened. And it's been like a week or so since it's happened, but I just can't let it go. I can't drop it because it affects me and it upset me in a way that those people probably will never understand. And I hope to God that they get help for because they're sick. I hope that they get help. I really do, because what they said was wrong and what they're thinking is not okay. I know I probably didn't relay the message I wanted to relay in this video, but I don't think that I can do another take because it really, really gets to me whenever I talk about it. I very rarely talk about it. My wife is pretty much the only person I talk about it other than my best friend. It's a hard thing to talk about in general, and anyone who is out there who is suffering and who needs somebody, and if sexual assault has affected you in any way and you just feel alone, feel free to comment or message me. I think that there's a way you can message me now on YouTube without it being public. Or there's always Twitter. I have a Twitter, and I'll put my Twitter link in the description for you. You can message me on there, and I'll put my Facebook page that I have also. You can message me on there also. I also have a website, but I don't think I have that set up. Actually, I have an email set up on my website, so I'll give you my website too. If you just need somebody who understands the pain that you've endured, I do not mind being that person. And I may not always know what to say, but at least I'll understand what you're going through. At least to a certain point, because obviously every human being is different, and every human being feels different. Every human being is unique. So I'm not going to know exactly how you feel because I'm not you, but I will understand to a certain degree what you are feeling and what you've had to endure. And if you feel suicidal or you feel like there's nothing there, you are not a weak person for feeling that way. You are a normal human being who has been hurt in a way that should not have ever happened, and I completely understand what you're going through. You're not a weaker person for not being able to get away, because that's a common thing that people who've been assaulted feel like they're bad people or they're weak because they can't run from what's attacking them or what's hurting them, or just in general can't get away. And you're not a weak person. It's just a very bad situation that you have to deal with, and it takes a strong person to deal with it. And there are some people who did commit suicide because of something like that, and they weren't weak either. And I really want people to understand that it doesn't make you weak for thinking that. It doesn't make you a weak person for not being able to handle something that no one should have to put up with. Anyway, that is the end of this video for now. If you want to message me, I will put my Twitter, Facebook, and my website in the description so you can try to send me a message. I will also, actually, instead of putting my website, I will just put my email. I have a work email. Well, it's not really work, it's my YouTube email. I'll put my YouTube email in the description, and you can just send me a message if you need someone to talk to, or, anything like that. Please feel free to send me a message. I will always answer. If I don't answer right away, it's because I'm probably sleeping, because I'm either at work or sleeping. I'm not ignoring you. I just have a very busy life or a very sleepy life. Anyway, I'm Mighty, and thank you for tuning in, and I'm very sorry if this triggered anyone or if it made you cry. It's just, I needed to make this video to get this off of my chest. I can't not make this video, and I know that there is going to be some backlash from certain people, and I really don't care, because it's important to me that this video get made. So thank you, anyone who is watching, and anyone who this video might have helped. I hope that it does help anyone, in general, and I hope that if there's anyone out there with those 6 thoughts, that you get help too, because it's not okay, and you need to understand that. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great night or a great morning, depending on where you're at, what part of the planet you're on. Anyway, bye!
That's incest!
It's not incest.
No.
Oh,
Gay threesome. Ew.
that's literally incest. Well, I guess my sister's right.
Wait a second. Incest and pedophilia.
Yeah, because she's 13 again. 13.
Don't be creepy. 13-year-old girls, stop acting like it's okay to freaking say, oh, you'd fuck her and shit like that. No, don't do that. That's just
There you
wrong. Okay? And that is my little sister-in-law. And I will hunt you down. So don't say that, because that's
It's creepy.
creepy and disgusting.